Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. I'm Helen from Contagious Creativity, and as you can hear, I am not feeling very well, so this might be the only video that's up this week. So this is a bit of a double one. I've got two pages. One is super simple and one is more detailed. So the first page is going to be the first page of my February journal, and I was feeling a little bit of a grump, a little bit meh, in January blues and all that. So I've got such a great life. I'm so lucky, and I wanted to use this first page of my journal as a list of gratitudes. So I'm making a gratitude page just to record all of those things that I'm grateful for each day. I'm going to try and include at least one thing every day, just to make myself a bit more positive. So I got this idea from Helen Colebrook over at Journal with Purpose, and I'm just doing some lines. Excuse my my hair popping in there. So I'm using the pen. It's a mild liner and it's in the colour Fushia. And I've stuck down the bits of washi down the side just so I get a crisper edge. I like the wibbly wobbliness of the lines. I think it looks kind of hand drawn, but I used the washi tape just to make sure those edges were nice and crisp, because I think it's a nice juxtaposition between the wibbly wobbliness of the lines themselves. Sorry, I'm not I'm not functioning very well. So because February has 28 days, I did 14 lines, so I can write there'll be one pink, one white, and then I'm just having to count them because I'm not convinced that I did it right. And then that satisfying moment of taking off the washi tape, ta-da. So you've got those nice crisp lines. It means they're all the same length. And I'm just using a thicker Pentel Energel to what I normally use, because I'll probably be using my normal Pentel Energel in the 0.5, so I wanted it to look a little bit different when I wrote the date. So this is the 1.0 Pentel Energel pen, and I'm just simply writing the date down the side for all the days in February. Then I've got a big space up at the top that I'm going to put my heading. It is an incredibly simple page. I didn't want to spend too long on it. I just wanted to make it a page that I could just easily use without it being too flouncy. Now you'll see I'm doing it in pencil. I often do my hand lettering in pencil first because I don't always get the proportions right, the sizing right, and it just makes it easier for me to write it out in pencil first of all. So I'm just doing the title is going to be Heart of Gratitude, because it's February and it seemed to be appropriate. Then I'm using a Micron brush pen here. It is just the brush pen that comes in the Pigma Micron fine liners plus one brush pen set that I've got. I chose this because I wasn't sure whether I might be using other water-based things around with it, and these hold up pretty well when you use Tombows or Mildliners, and that they don't smudge too much, so that's nice, because they are a permanent not marker but brush pen, but yeah, you get what I mean. So yes, that's just doing that very simply, writing gratitude in the brush pen, and then I get the 0.5, what's it called, the OA 0.5 millimeter one, just to write the of, really simply, just in my own capital letters, and then to outline the heart really simply. That means I can then colour in the heart, which you'll see in a minute. Excuse me, sorry. I was trying to wait for a good day to record this voiceover when I wasn't sounding so croaky, but it's just not happening at the moment, but never mind. Children bring back so many germs from school, don't they? I seem to pick them all up. Never mind. I've done an extra heart inside because I'm going to use a different colour mild liner, and this is in the colour Magenta. It's more of a purpley colour. To me, my head, magenta is more of a pinky colour, but this is definitely more purpley pink, so I don't know, maybe I've just got the wrong understanding of what it is. But I like this colour, it's pretty. And I just wanted this page to be super duper simple. So we've just got the outline in that colour, and then I used the same colour as I did in the stripes for in the middle, which is the Fushia colour. I really like these Mildliners because they've got the highlighter at the top, which I used for the stripes, and then at the bottom they've got kind of more of the a fine, it's sort of fine tip. It's not, I like it, it's not ridiculously fine tip. Like the passion markers, I really don't like that really fine tip when I use it. It just feels really scratchy. Then excuse me, looks much better off camera, but I did some dots all the way around just for a bit of interest, and that is pretty much all I do to that page. Oh dear, I'm so sorry, I'm coughing and everything now. And so I'm just going to go back every day, and I have been doing it so far. This is a bit later. I rub it all out. I have learnt the hard way to really let these these Pigma Micron pens dry, because I have smudged them in the past. So I made sure it was definitely dry before I rubbed it all out. And that is it. Super simple. I could have added washi, could have added extra hearts. I may go back and do it, but I didn't. I just thought I wanted it really simple, so I would actually just use it, and then I could always decorate it more at the end. Now I'm doing my first page in here, and I'm using, those are my own printables, those hearts with the dates on. They're in my shop. This, you can see this was actually filmed before I did that gratitude page. And then I'm also using some inky quill printables where I've got a paper, but this would work with any kind of paper that you have. And some people have been asking how I use papers in my journal, and this is how I do it. So I've printed this off on 2 per page from her printables. So this was one print, and I just printed that and something else and then cut it down, and then I just simply tore it. Now I have in the past done it so that the fold that the paper goes over the fold, but today I wanted to not worry about having to fold it and make it fold properly. I just wanted to have it on one bit on each page. I often do opposite corners because I think it looks pretty, and it sort of frames it nicely. So I've done that. Then something went wrong and I missed a bit of my footage, and I cannot find it anywhere. So you can see now that I have cut out my printable, and I've cut out some of the little tiny words from Inky Quill, and one of her phrases as well. And I'm just and a little heart, and I'm just adding some of these tiny phrases, tiny phrase strips to the pictures. I like doing this because it adds a little bit of interest to the picture, and I like the way it kind of captions it. So these pictures were taken when we did some cooking. These are tablespoon pizzas, pizza in a mug, I think it was a whole recipe, and the children just loved making them. Really simple recipe, and they had great fun, and it was also beautiful because I don't know if you can see on the picture of Bethany on her own. In the background, the sunset was incredible. It's purple. The sky was so beautiful. So I'm really glad I was able to have these pictures, not only for capturing the moment of making the pizzas, but also for the sunset. So I am now cutting out lots of hearts. If you've watched probably any of my videos, you know I like a heart, which is probably why I'm drawn to Inky Quill's printables, because she does like her hearts as well. So I've got lots of these. I'm not going to make my whole journal super lovey-dovey hearts and everything, but I kind of, the first day, even though it's not actually Valentine's, I thought I would make sure we had some sort of nod to the fact it's the month of love. So now I am moving things around. It really takes me a long while to commit to the layout on this page. So apologies if I frustrate you whilst I'm doing this. Also, I'm in my dressing gown. Yeah, it was the end of the day. I think I'd had a shower and was like, well, here's my old pink dressing gown. I'm sure people won't mind. Sorry about that. Not looking my best. So I've put these hearts, and what I've done with these, with using the paper, which is a really good idea if you're going to use papers, is that I've overlapped the paper and then just the normal page with the hearts, and it really ties it in together, because it can look a little bit stark if you just have the paper that you've stuck down and then the paper that you're on. So having something that kind of overlaps that gives it a good link, if that makes any sense at all. I think it just really brings it all together. So more hearts, because you can never have too many hearts, particularly not in February, because it is definitely the month of love. Do you celebrate Valentine's Day, or Galentine's Day, or anything like that? I have to say, we've never really done that much, but I do like the idea of kind of like celebrating love. I think it's sweet. It's definitely commercialized, but then what isn't these days, to be honest? So I love the idea of celebrating love, because it's great, and it doesn't have to just be romantic love. It can be any kind of love you want. I don't know, maybe I'm just a romantic, hopeless fool, but I do like the idea that we have a special time to celebrate love. But anyway, although I will probably get my husband a card and that's it. Because I tell him I love him every day, I suppose. Yeah. Then I'm moving these pictures around, and I'm moving them around a bit more and a bit more and a bit more. Where am I going to put them? It's like, oh, when will it stop? Who knows? Oh my goodness, where will we go? Now then, I don't even stick them down. I decided to do a bit of brush lettering, because in the bath we had so much fun. The girls were laughing their heads off. They would giggle, and Mary just kept going, "She's tickling my toes, she's tickling my toes," in this really high-pitched voice. And I wanted to remember that, so I thought, I know, I'm going to put that as a big bit of brush lettering. And exactly the same as I did before, I'm doing it in pencil, because I can't just see the lettering in my head straight away. It's not my forte. So as you can see, that looks rubbish. I didn't like it, so I get a little angry tap, and then I rub it out, because I'm not convinced. In the end, I'm happy with how it goes. I do have a little bit of a squished eye, but it's nothing too major. So I'm going again. I think, I can use the speech marks to make a bit more width to the two words on their own, and that's what I end up doing. Then, because I'm using quite a pale Tombow, I almost rub out everything, but I just leave a faint line, because I have found with some of the lighter Tombows, even when I rub out the pencil marks after, I can still sometimes see a bit of pencil there. So I just wanted to make sure that didn't really happen. The Tombow I'm using is 723. So if you're wanting to do the same kind of one, that's the number it is, 723. I do love these Tombows. I can't write small with these though. I really can't. It has to be this size, or bigger, because I can't get it any smaller than this. I don't know how people do it, but maybe they're using different pens. Then I mess up. I don't want my cross up there. So there we go. And I add some more hearts, because why not? More hearts. Hearts for the dots on the eye. And done. Ta-da! Then I'm just making sure everything links up nicely, because I don't always do it naturally as I'm writing it, so sometimes it's nice just to go back. You're drawing the letters rather than writing the letters, is what I was once told, and I think that's a really good way of doing it. It's not like you're writing in your journal, it's artistry, so it doesn't matter if you kind of have to touch up a few bits. So then I popped my printable up there. It is available in my shop if you're interested. It's super duper cheap. I think it's 60p now, because it is just for February. If you fancy it, it is there. And then I'm going to finally stick down these pictures. So these were printed on my HP Sprocket. I put 2 on a page, and I did that in the Pic Collage app, which is what I always use. I paid the £1 something years ago, and I don't have the little watermark anymore, so that's good. And then I finally stick those down and I rub out my pencil marks, and I'm happy to tell, I'm looking now, yeah, no, there's no lingering pencil marks, which is good. So there we go. Oh, I was off blowing bits of bits of rubber or eraser, because I know I've got a lot of people from America and other parts of the world. Yeah, we call erasers rubbers, which I know means something quite different in other countries. But yes, I had lots of eraser or rubber shavings, and I had to blow them off for quite a while. Then I cut out a huge amount of me doing my outlining, because I just thought it was really dull. Because once you've seen someone outline letters, you've seen them outline letters before. I feel that this kind of is quite in keeping with the fact I use Inky Quill Printables, because I know that she also does like to outline her letters. I just think it makes them look so much nicer. So I have done the same. There. Right, so then the next little bit I'm having a tap because I don't know what to do yet next. And so I have a little think about what's missing. And it's my normal problem of the fact it feels like things are going to fly off the page. So to hem my words in, I'm using this Zig Clean Dot marker in this pale blue, that was really Essex, pale blue. Yes, so I'm just putting some dots all around the edge, and I'm really pleased with how that looks in the end. Just looking for any extra gaps that I could fill in. And then I do my journaling, and I didn't really have a lot to say that day, so I cut out some more hearts. Of course. Oh dear, sorry, excuse me, that snuck up on me. There was also a little rainbow, and on the top of the rainbow it had some dots, so I thought that was quite in keeping with the fact I had the dots on the bottom and the top of the page with the Zig Clean Dot marker. So adding more hearts, and then I have fussy cut the Absolutely Love This a little bit more, because it was just sort of a blob and I wasn't quite happy with it. So I fussy cut it off camera, and then I stuck that down. Again, using papers is lovely, and I love the print of this, but I feel that sometimes they just need a little something on them, just so that they don't just look like, boom, stark colour. And I'm adding a teeny tiny bit more journaling, which I don't normally do on camera, but I've left this bit in because then you can see how quickly I write. And it was just celebrating the fact that my husband went to the gym and the girls didn't get out of bed, which is quite unusual, because they normally want to discuss the meaning of life at bedtime. So it was quite exciting. Then I'm just looking at my page and going, needs more hearts. So I add more hearts, because why not? So I'm just doing some outline hearts. You'll see in a minute I don't just stick with just doing the outlines, because I feel that it needed something else, and it's just a really simple way of filling in gaps. And yeah, if you want to try hearts, this is definitely the month to try adding hearts to your journaling. So then I'm looking at it thinking, no, those two outlined hearts together don't look right, so I start to colour them in, and then I would need to colour in every so often just to add a little bit more interest, as you can see. So yes, I really like these longer shaped hearts, which you probably saw in the gratitude page as well. Or if you can do fatter hearts, wider hearts. You probably shouldn't say fat, should I? Wider hearts, but I like the look of these longer hearts at the moment, but I will change. So there we go, that is my page. It's using the Inky Quill printables and my printable and one of my stickers from my shop, and that is it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Apologies for my croaky voice. I'm not sure when I'm going to see you next because I'm just not in the mood for filming too much at the moment, but thank you so much for watching. Remember, creativity is contagious. Pass it on, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.